It's week 1 of the National Football League. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. This should be a good one to watch. Coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With my good friend Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and the moment has finally arrived, CD. It's time to begin a new NFL season.
Partner, there's no hiding my excitement as I got ready this morning. I could not wait to get here for this game. Imagine what it's like out there on the field for those players, though. OTAs, training camp, preseason has all led to this moment when they officially kick this one off to get the season underway.
Kicker Brandon Aubrey is out to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be under the command of the former Florida State Seminole, the #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
Throughout his career, a few have doubted Jameis Winston's ability to throw the football. The concerns, they've always centered around his accuracy and taking care of it. When he makes good decisions on the field, excellent numbers usually result.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. But not the graphic that this fan base wants to see week 1, Charles. They were hoping to see key acquisitions, some bright spots. Instead, we're talking about injuries, preseason injuries that have guys missing here in this one.
And even in today's football, where everyone does their best to try and have their starters ready for week 1, guys still have to practice. They still have to train, and injuries do crop up. You're exactly right about that, though, Brandon. None of the people supporting this team wanted to see that graphic on the screen at the start of this game.
Jameis to throw it. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Getting home that time to Marvion Overshown.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Now Winston on 4th down. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown! Jerry Judy, 74 yards. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out come the Cowboys under head coach Mike McCarthy. The 6'3" QB from Central Michigan leading him out there, and that's Cooper Rush.
All right, partner, a brand new season. With it comes a sense of unbridled optimism for every team and, of course, every quarterback. It's a blank slate for every passer in this league, and he really couldn't hide his excitement during interviews this week. He thinks his offense is stacked. They've spent the entire offseason making adjustments and trying to find another gear. And as this season begins,
and right away, he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Rush to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And they've got it just 2 yards away from the end zone. They'll have it 1st and goal here from the 2-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Ford. Touchdown. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in Week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Rush. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. This 2nd and 4. Throwing here, Rush. And Cooks has it over the middle. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Rush. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Rush. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Patrick Mahomes with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. From there, it's off to Chicago. Check on the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Tennessee Titans. Caleb Williams, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Russell Wilson with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. In the first half, it was the veteran Jameis Winston just doing his thing. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in Week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw is Rush. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Myles Garrett able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Brian Anger now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is taken at the 23. He gets away from one. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Back now here on EA Sports. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. Throwing, Winston. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Winston. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And touchdown. David Njoku, 66 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at Week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in Week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Operating from the gun. Rush. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And it's caught. Touchdown. David Njoku. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how Week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Cooper Rush getting set for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. And they're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rush. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. The home team's offense and Jameis Winston set to take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Winston here to throw. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the home team here, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.